I was having a bit of a chinwag with my spirit guide last night. Oh, poor old spirit guide. He was in such a terrible state. I said to him, he was whispering, you know how spirit guides are. He was whispering in my ear and going, "Oh dear, I'm all so nervous. I'm all of a flutter," he said. I said, "Oh, is a spirit guide a bit like a guardian angel? Are your feathers all a little bit peculiar?" And he said, "Oh, I'm feeling dreadful." I said, "Why, what's the matter? Have you had too many whiskies?" He said, "No, I can't have whiskey, can I?" I said, "Oh, I don't know why. What about a nice rum and black?" "No, no, I can't have that either." A vodka or a gin?" He said, "No, they're all spirits." I said, "Oh yes, I suppose a spirit guide can't have spirits." I said, "Why are you so agitated then?" He said, things are going to be rough. Things are going to come rough. You know how spirit guides can see into the future and do predictions and all of that. And I thought, oh, okay. So I said, "Things are going to be rough, are they, Mr. Spirit Guide?" As he was whispering in my ear. He said, "Oh, it's going to be terrible, terrible," he said. And he was trembling and he was worried and all of these things. So I said, "Here, let me guess then, because we've had so many things thrown at us over the last few years and there's so many things in the pipeline. Let's see if I can guess exactly what it is." And he said, "Oh, go on then, because I can't bring myself to say exactly what it is." I said, "Oh, all right, fair enough. Okay, you sit down over there and I'll have a guess." So I said, is it going to be a nuclear attack? We know there's this war going on, and I said they're threatening nuclear weapons. Is it going to be nuclear attack? Will we have a big massive explosion in one of the cities nearby and the radiation will come wafting down upon us, and we'll all be going, "Oh my God," and our skin will start flailing up, our eyes will go a bit puffy and our fingernails will drop off? Will it be a bit like that? And he said, "Maybe." And I thought, oh, all right, then let me have another guess then. I said, "What will it be, a bank run? We've heard that the banks are collapsing left, right and centre and all the money is draining away. Will there be a massive queue for the banks to get our money out before it's too late, all our savings? And will we be getting a bit angry and cross, and because they shut the doors and our money is vanishing, we're going to get a bit red-faced with anger and our fists will be clenched very hard and our heart rate will go up, and you know, our eyes will start going red and getting all a bit puffy?" And he said, "Maybe." And I thought, okay, I know what it is. Will we have one of those fake UFO attacks where we'll see these, well, effectively drones all dressed up, you know, as a UFO coming along, causing us to be panicky and run out into the streets, looking up, getting extremely nervous and worried and looking gaunt and fretful and ranting and raving like some mad zombie? And he said, "Maybe." And I thought, oh, this is a bit strange. All right, I know what it'll be. I said, "Is it the food shortages? Will we be having all these food shortages? Because we've heard how difficult it is for the farmers and they're desperately trying to sort of grow stuff. But will there be a problem that we'll end up with food shortages and we won't be very able to eat and we'll get a bit gaunt looking and we'll be starving? We'll stagger out into the streets looking with our eyes somewhat reduced in the sockets, you know, and our gaunt cheeks and all of that. Will we be sort of with suits and clothes too big for us as we've just got a sort of skeletal body? Is that what it's going to be?" And he said, "Maybe." And I thought, oh, blimey, I wish you could actually just come out and tell me, what kind of a spirit guide are you? I said, "I know. Is it a global warming event? Will it be something, you know, a certain thing that will happen, like a volcano? Or will we all be just, the temperatures will suddenly rise really rapidly and we'll all be extremely hot and sweaty, and will our hair start to fall out, and will we be dribbling and just again out into the streets looking like some demented mad people as everything gets too much for us?" And he said, "Maybe." And I thought, well, this is a bit nonsense. I said, "Oh, I know what it is. I got it. Will it be panic ensued by all these government messages on our phones, where our phones ring off? I know they're going off on the 23rd of April, and just to sort of alert us and to test us and get used to how it will sound, where the screen is very loud and the noise on the phone and we'll have to answer it, and then there might be a message telling us to go to somewhere or lie down on the floor in case there's an attack. Will it be that? Will that be part of it?" And he said, maybe. And I thought, oh my goodness. I said, oh dear. I said, oh, hang on a minute. What about this then? What about this? We've heard about the pilots who are bringing in massive, great big amounts of medicine into the various towns and cities all around the world, especially in the Western Hemisphere. Great big crates of certain drugs, and I think it's related to bird flu. I've heard that the birds are going to get very ill, and maybe that bird flu, this avian stuff, will be passed on to people, and we'll all have another, you know, a pandemic of illness, and we'll be told probably on those alerts to get to the hospital immediately and have another medical intervention. Is that what's going to be happening to us? And he sort of nodded in a very unusual way, as spirit guides can only do, and went, may be. And I thought, why do you keep just saying may be? And then I started to think, oh, yes, of course, we've got a coronation coming up at the beginning of the next month after April, and may be, that's when some sort of event might happen where we're suddenly celebrating 1 minute the joyous occasion of this wonderful new king who's going to be coronated, whatever that is, and he's going to make an oath, and maybe we won't actually hear that oath because all of a sudden there's some form of alert or some sort of panic going on, and we may have to go to hospital, we may be told to be staying in home, we may get locked up once more, and we may have to have a mandated injection of some description, which may turn us into zombies, if you like, where our skin goes very pale and our lips begin to blister and we start raving about things, and maybe that some of us are going to have to be interned somewhere because we've got some weird type of avian flu. Maybe that's what my guardian angel or my spirit guide has been telling me. Well, at that moment, he just evaporated, poor bloke. He started gibberishing and then vanished into some sort of weird thing and floated off with all these feathers all around us. And I thought to myself, oh, aye, I've got a sneaky idea. I know what's coming up in early May.